My name is Danielle Bittner, and I'm the owner of Ashburn Core Pilates. It's a small Pilates studio located in Ashburn, and the people that we serve are really, we have a lot of different clientele. We serve people that are coming out of physical therapy, people that are just looking for a new type of exercise, just something fun to do, coming out of pain and looking for a way to move and treat their body well.
Awesome. So you started Pilates after graduating college and it became a passion of yours, which ultimately led you to opening Ashburn Core Pilates. Can you take us back through that journey and what that was like for you?
Sure. Yeah, going way back. So I graduated college, and then really the next month or two, I was kind of just looking for something to do with myself. My now husband and I were living in Arlington at the time, and I found a local studio. It was a small boutique studio in Shirlington, and I took my first mat class, and I just fell in love almost right away. So that really launched my Pilates journey. I quickly just fell in love, had my favorite teachers, developed relationships with those teachers, and then was encouraged to go through my teacher training program. So I did that in 2012 and then started teaching Pilates part-time. I was also working full-time at my day job for the government. And about a year into my Pilates teaching journey, I had my daughter. So my husband and I moved to Ashburn after that. And I was kind of looking for a place to settle myself to in Ashburn because it was very different from living in Arlington, Alexandria. So I was looking for myself, really. And there was a local franchise that opened up. So I started teaching there part-time. My husband works full-time out of the home. So I'm like teaching around, taking care of my daughter. So I was teaching at that studio for a little bit. And then 2020, COVID happened, air hit, and I also had another child too, my son. So he was about 6 months at the time. And I decided to take a little bit of a step back out of the large group format for a variety of reasons. It was kind of a tough world in COVID for fitness at the time. So I decided to open up my spare bedroom in my basement to teach private sessions, so one-on-one with clients. And that was going really well. And I realized that I really missed teaching group classes. So after about a year and a half or so, I decided to renovate a little bit more of my basement space to open up to small group classes. That was a little bit of a passion project. We took out the carpeting. I installed like LVP tiles myself. I learned a lot of new skills in renovating a basement space.
Hit me.
So that was really fun, figuring out how to create my basement into a group studio. And then I opened up that studio, and the classes really took off right away. The first week of classes that I had open, they were full. I had really worked hard on my website, SEO, all those processes behind the scenes. But I honestly am not sure how some of those people even found the studio right from the start. It's really amazing, like thinking back on that. So that my basement studio took off quickly, and then we very quickly outgrew that space in my basement. So I started to look for a commercial location, and I wasn't really sure how that was going to happen or when that was going to happen, but I did end up finding a space. I was a client of my hair salon, and when I was sitting in the hair salon, which is now the space that I was leasing, I would just sit there and kind of look around, be like, oh, this would be such a perfect place for a Pilates studio. I just need a space exactly like this.
Yeah.
And then a couple of months later, my stylist told me they were moving. So I kind of jumped on that chance and that opportunity, and I found a realtor, and I asked her if she could get that space for me. And it materialized. So that was the space that I moved my classes into. And it's been a really big learning process for me the last couple of years. So I moved into that commercial space in May of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And now the last couple of years, it's just been growing and figuring out myself and how to manage a team, run a successful studio. It's just really incredible, the trajectory it's taken.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how COVID closed so many doors, but it also opened doors for some people. I've talked to a lot of people where they, their business venture didn't work out, and then COVID hit, and then they were pivoted to something else, and it bloomed into a different business. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think it was actually kind of perfect timing for me. Looking at opening like privates and then also small groups because people were drawing away from the large fitness, the large classes or larger fitness studios. So it really was good timing for me, I think.
Yeah, and then one of the things that you mentioned being most proud of is the community you've built. What does that community mean to you, and how have you intentionally created an environment where everyone feels welcome?
The community really means everything to me. It's the reason that I continue to work so hard to grow this studio and this space. It's just really amazing. And I have clients with me still from, starting up my group studio in May or August of 2022. Even the private studio too, when I was teaching one-on-ones. So I think that the most important thing for me in making this an inclusive and welcoming space is getting a team that aligns with my vision, and just really bringing in really great people to support me and our clients, and just getting to know our clients that come in the door, the people that walk in every day and they choose to be there. It's a really special place, and just getting to know them, and just seeing how we can support them, because it's not all about fitness. I mean, fitness is the medium, but there's a lot more to it than just a great exercise class.
And then kind of tying into that, how or what are some things you've learned about leadership and teamwork over the years?
So much, so much. It's been such a learning process for me because I'm not an extrovert. I have no training in management or leadership, really. And it's been very interesting to learn how to manage a group of people and a team. So just kind of taking it day by day to a certain extent. And I think I was fortunate in that my studio grew from, really grassroots, and I learned things as I went along.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing that helps with that is just bringing in the right people.
Yeah. Interesting. And let me see my next question here. As Pilates grows more or has grown more popular over the years, what are some misconceptions you hear that, might not be true?
There's a lot. I think that the biggest misconception for Pilates right now, it really focuses on the aesthetic of it. The aesthetic Pilates is really big right now on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. And I think that if you don't know Pilates or you've never tried Pilates, you're going to think that you have to look a certain way, dress a certain way, be of a certain age or demographic. And that's just not true. I mean, Pilates can be for everybody, literally everybody. And it's really about finding the right place to practice.
Yeah. And I think that kind of goes back to creating that welcoming environment for people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then for people who might not know what Pilates is, could you kind of talk about how it may differ from other workout types?
So the Pilates is practiced on equipment. We also have, mat Pilates exercises as well. It's kind of a whole encompassing system. But it's resistance training, but it's low impact. It's on the reformer and the Pilates chair too. So it's just a really unique form of exercise where you're becoming more in tune with your body and learning body awareness, and it's kind of a full body experience, really, mind and muscle connection.
Right. And so we've noticed a shift away from those high intensity workouts towards more intentional low impact movement. Why do you think people are beginning to prioritize longevity and sustainable fitness rather than pushing themselves?
I think that's a very interesting question. I think some of it is kind of generational too, with the younger generation coming into the fitness world. But there's a lot out there on, spiking your cortisol levels and how that's not really so beneficial for your overall health and well-being. Just treating yourself well. I think that in the fitness world right now, there's a really big trend in just finding something that's going to be easier on your body and your mind, and just being kind to yourself and not, getting away from the hard diet culture and the go, really, hard workouts.
Yeah, building something that's sustainable rather than limiting yourself. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, sustainable is really key, right?
And as Pilates continues to grow in popularity, where do you see the industry heading, and what are you most excited about for the future of Ashburn Core Pilates?
I think that as Pilates continues to grow, I think there's going to be a really big pullback actually to studios that are staying a little bit more true to roots, because there's a lot out there, which we already kind of talked about, the aesthetic Pilates. And then I think we're going to see a lot of people gravitating more toward just kind of staying more true, not, doing all the super crazy things on the reformer. So you can take it anywhere that you want, really.
Yeah.
And then I'm really excited to kind of see the future of Ashburn Core Pilates grow in that, because our instructors are so exceptionally trained that we are staying true to our roots and kind of honoring the Pilates system, while also taking some liberties, some creativity, but not straying too far from where we need to be.
Yeah, like staying true to that foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you often hear clients feel, or let me restart that. You often hear that clients leave your studio feeling stronger, lighter, and more supported. Why has creating that kind of experience become just as important as the workout themselves?
Well, I think that has to do with where the fitness industry is going right now to a certain extent. People aren't just coming for the workout, they're coming for the community and the experience. And we work so hard on creating the overall experience for clients. And sorry, I forgot the rest. Yeah,
it's okay. Yeah, I have noticed that a lot of people are shifting more towards the smaller boutique fitness studios rather than going for a traditional gym. And I think it's because of that experience where you can really personalize, their workouts or their experience, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And if someone has been curious about trying Pilates but feels nervous or thinks it's not the right time for them, what would you want them to know before taking their first class?
I think I would like for them to know that, the hardest part is just stepping out of your door into our door. And that's going to be your biggest hurdle to overcome. And we're going to support you wherever you are in your journey. And we want you to be there. So make the leap.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part.
Yeah. Take that first step.
Exactly.
Yeah. And for anyone interested in learning more about Ashburn Core Pilates, your classes, or becoming part of your community, where can they connect with you?
On our website, which is at www.ashburncorepilates.com, and we have a lot of information on there about our team, the studio. We have a couple of offers for new clients. They can try either our group classes or try a private session. So we've got 2 intro offers on there, and that's going to be the best way to connect with us.
Okay, awesome. And as we wrap up, is there anything you'd like to add that we haven't touched on today?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Danielle, for coming on the podcast and sharing your knowledge and inspiring story with us. I wish you the very best in all that comes your way in the future.
Thank you. Of
course.
If you're a business owner, founder, or entrepreneur, we would love to have you on the Alamon Show. Just go to alamonphotography.com/podcast, sign up to be featured.